Hello Sparkles, welcome back to my channel. I am Missy and I hope that you are doing well. And we are coloring for the month of October, so I want to get as many pumpkins as I can in. So this is one of the pages that I have been working on recently, and I just thought it'd be fun for today's video if we finished it up together, because I really just have to do the little kitty cat here. And I'm using these metallic brush markers from the Dollar Tree. And I used the silver one in the kitty's little like jacket, cloak, I don't know what you want to call it. And I'm using the green one in this little like spray of stuff that's like kind of behind him. Her, I don't know, we'll just call him a him. And I have to finish that. I'm liking this, but I think I'm going to have to go in either with like a gel pen or maybe a Sharpie and just kind of like give it some detail, because these cover so well. I'm totally shocked how well these work from the Dollar Tree. They cover so well, like you lose a little bit of the design. So I might go back in with a Sharpie to like just to bring out a little bit of some of the design. But so far I'm liking the picture. I'm using Black Widows. This is the set that I have. I'll show you. Every once in a while, I switch up from my Prismas. So this is the Black Widow pencil kit that I'm using. And this little picture is out of Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kameliya Angelkova, I think is how you say her name. If I butchered that, I apologize. I'm horrible when it comes to names. So I'm thinking for this page, because we have a lot of colors coming through, that, you know, I don't want to make them black. I don't want to make them black, and I don't want like, you know, like a calico kitty like with like a lot of oranges and stuff. I kind of did that for his little jacket that he's wearing. So I'm thinking about like a gray, a deep gray and white kitty. So usually those cats have like white paws. Here you can see it's kind of already whited, like this part's supposed to be white. And then I know he has stripes, but I think with the Black Widows we can kind of cover that up and make him like a really nice gray and white kitty. I think that will kind of work. I don't want to make him black. So I think that's what we're going to go. So I think we're going to go with for that. And then in my Black Widows, they do have nice grays in here. They have a medium gray. Let's see. They have a couple of them in here. They have light gray, dark gray. So there's like your 3 medium grays. And they have like a gunmetal in here too. There's your shadow. And they have like a gunmetal in here that I really, really like. Where is that? That's gray slate. See, I used this gray slate, which this is, I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it's popping up. There we go. I used this like gray slate in with the purple pumpkins. So I really feel like the gray and the cat will kind of be very complementary. And I didn't want to do your typical colors for pumpkins. I just kind of wanted to be like outside of the box. So I think, is this it? Yeah, and then we have like this gunmetal. I don't know. I'm trying to get it to show up. This gunmetal color. So we have a nice array of grays. So I think between these, we will definitely be able to achieve what we want here. So I think for Prime Days, which is coming very, very soon, I'm going to be investing in an electric pencil sharpener. Because right now, this is my pencil sharpener and it takes forever. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do layers, because I'm finding that layers upon layers upon layers is really what it works well. So I think the light gray, yes, is darker than the gunmetal. So we're just going to go in with our very first coat of our light gray, and we're just kind of going to do everywhere, including his paws. But just keep reminding me throughout the video that his paws, I really want to leave all 3 of the paws that are showing white. just remind me as we're coloring, because I have a really bad habit of you know, I get into what I'm doing, and then, hey. I hope this is showing up. I am not at my desk. I have explained this before. I'm not at my desk. We had some things happen. But my husband is going to be putting my office, my craft room, if you will, back together for me on Saturday. So I will be back at my desk, because I do notice that how I film my videos, you guys are like on a big arm over the video, but it's attached to my dining room table. My dining room table creaks. This is an antique table. This was my husband's great-great-grandmother's. And I also noticed that when I color, because the arm is attached to the table, it shakes the camera. So I cannot wait to get back at my desk. And I promise I'll be back at my desk very soon. And I don't like the brown. I don't like the brown in the camera. My desk is white. So I'll be very happy this weekend. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that all of my videos will not be like this. I apologize for the shakiness. I don't know how else to film, because this is the equipment, so to speak, that I have to make these kinds of videos, so that you guys are like above and can see. So I'm not even really sure this gray is doing anything, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, I guess I can see it. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's just our first little layer. I'm going to do layers for this. So I'm just going in with a very light hand and doing big circles. But again, I do apologize for the shakiness. I'm trying not to shake the camera. It's very hard to do because it's attached, and I hate the little creaky noises, the creak, 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 creak. But like I said, this table is very old. It is an heirloom. This was my husband's great-grandmother's dining room table. So when you think about the history of this table, it's amazing. But it does not make for a good craft desk. And I sit and craft and color and do all kinds of stuff. So I'll be very happy to be back at my desk. But I do apologize for the shakiness of the camera. And I have tightened this arm. Let me see if I can tighten it just a little bit more. I have tightened this arm to the point where I feel like if I tighten it anymore, it's going to break. Hoping that it would kind of help with the shakiness, but I'll be back at my desk very soon. If I could lift my desk, or if I knew how to take apart my desk, I would do it myself, but I don't. I need my husband. My husband is a trucker, so he works very long hours, and he leaves the house at 3 o'clock in the morning every day. So I don't blame him for not wanting to come home from work and having to deal with my desk. So I will be kind and let him deal with it on his day off. I'm not handy with tools. You put a paintbrush or a pen or a marker or a pencil in my hand, I'm pretty good, but not good with tools. So how is everybody's coloring journeys going for the month of October? I'm doing that challenge. I can't remember. I don't know if it's Jamie's Coloring Love. I think that's it. I'm not sure. If I'm the wrong, I'll flash it on the screen, or it'll be linked down below. But one of these awesome coloring channels here on YouTube is doing a challenge where you count how many pumpkins you color for the months of September, October, and November. So I'm trying to color as many pumpkins as I can, because I really like that. I like that because you really only color pumpkins. I'm going to try to leave this open for his eye too. Don't color his eye, Missy. Because you really only color pumpkins, you know, in those 3 months. I don't find myself coloring pumpkins any other time of the year. So it is fun to color pumpkins. So I'm trying to squeeze in as many pumpkins as I can. So this page was great because there's lots of pumpkins on this page. And like I said, I really, really, really wanted to do something a little different. All right, so we have a nice base color. I'm going to go in with my shadow. Now this pencil is the shadow, and I'm going to just do like where the natural shadows are, and then we're going to go in with our little bit of a darker color. Because the darker colors, I don't know, I'm hoping they're not super close to black, but I don't want to lose the definition of the cat. When you make a cat a single layer color, I worry about losing that definition of like the part where you can see the leg from the tail, the arm from the chest, you know. I worry about that a little bit when you use those very dark colors. So I want to go in with my shadow so that it's very prominent. And I do love these gray colors. This is one thing I do not have in my Prisma set. I need to pick up like grays. I don't have very many skin tones in my Prismas, and I don't have very many like, just like your neutral colors, like your grays, your browns. I think I have like 2 brown pencils in my Prismas. I need to invest in more. But this is a great pencil, this shadow pencil. And Prismas and Black Widows, they kind of blend very well together. So sometimes I use my grays and stuff with the Black Widows with my Prismas, and they do okay. They don't blend as well as you would hope, you know, like a Prisma with a Prisma pencil, Premier Prismas, but they'll do the job. They'll get it done. So I'm probably gonna lose his little whiskers, but it's okay. We can go back over that with like a white gel pen. So I'm gonna kind of bring in a little shadow around this white part of his face right here, just so that it pops. And I'm gonna try to leave that little white around his eyes. But I am enjoying using my Black Widows. I don't use them as often as I probably should. I do love my Prismas. I just love my Prismas so much because they blend so well. And I always forget to use my Black Widows. And I probably have more Black Widows than I do Prismas. That might be something I also order on Prime days. I could really use some more Prismas. So for my coloring pals out there that do love to color, these are really the only 2 pencils that I have tried. Does anybody really do they prefer like Faber-Castell over, I think that's how you say it, Faber-Castell? Pencils like over Prismas? Like, leave me a comment down below like what your favorite pencil is besides Prismas. Because I would be interested in getting a different set of pencils to give them a try. But like if Prismas are on sale during Prime days, I definitely would like to get me a couple sets of Prismas. Because I need me some more pencils. And some of my favorite colors in the Prismas are like this big. Okay, I did that just so I don't forget to leave that white, and I probably should do that up here, and I'm sure there's like a natural shadow up here. Just want to put these shadows in so I don't forget. Okay, and we'll kind of just follow his little paw here, so I don't want to color. Okay. All right, that's a nice. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our medium gray, and then we'll bring it home with our, where is the dark gray? Here's the dark gray. Wow, the medium gray looks darker than the dark gray. Ew, that's weird. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. This is your dark gray. Look how light that is. And look at the medium gray. Wow, that's a little, I never noticed that before. All right, well, we're going to go with the dark gray. And then we'll follow up with the medium gray. Okay, so let's work on the tail here. I'm going to go in with a really light hand because I don't want to crush the grain of the paper. I want to be able to get as much color as I can down, because I really want this cat to look very gray. So we'll see how this works on the tail. We'll do this one little spot really good. All right, let's go in with our dark gray. Well, it's medium gray. Okay. I'm trying not to, like I said, push too hard, because I want to put a couple layers in here. I might have to go in with a little bit of black in some areas. Okay. I think that's coming together. I think. Now, where is that gunmetal? That's really light too. So really and truly, my darkest color here is the medium. Is the medium gray. Let me see if I have a black in here. Let me see. Oh, what's this color? Oh, this is coal. All right, let's go in with this color. This might be a good color for this. All right, let me go in with this color and see what we got here. All right, I think that'll work a little bit better. All right, so let's go back in with our medium gray with a very light hand. All right, yeah, that looks better. I want the gray to really, really, really pop. But I don't want the cat to look black. That might be a little hard to achieve, but we're gonna try. I am gonna try my darndest to make this work. I have no idea why I just talk like that. Does anybody else get silly when they color? So I'm just like, I'm bringing in just like some of that natural, like where the artist put some fur strokes. I'm just kind of not necessarily coloring. I'm just kind of striking or flicking my pencil with it so that it kind of looks like fur. All right, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a nice gray for our kitty here. I think it stands up against the colors. All right, I think I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go back in with our dark gray. We'll do his leg next. Go back in with our dark gray. It amazes me that this is the dark gray. Again, I'm going in with light pressure. I'm always telling myself that too, because my instinct, I think, from a child is to push hard. You know how like you always pushed really hard on the crayons to get that bright color. It's like still my instinct to do that. Because, but then you ruin the grain of your paper, so. All right, then we're gonna go in with the medium gray, especially like underneath here. We're just gonna kind of build off of all of these colors. Trying to go with the grain of the fur, which is like kind of how the artist, put them in. I'm trying to stick with that. Again, let me kind of go over that shadow right here. And using a light hand. Alrighty. I think we'll do this leg together. And then I'll finish the rest of him off camera because I hate to keep you here because I finished this whole cat because it might be a while. All right, then we're going to go in with the coal. We're going to go back over because it's basically the same things over and over and over again, and it can get a little redundant, and I don't want that for you guys. I think watching the same things over and over again can get a little boring. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over the spots. I just put that medium gray with our coal, still using a light pressure though. Where the natural kind of, where she kind of put the lines in for you. Using a little bit of that flicking technique. Okay. And I'm going to have to sharpen all my gray pencils again. And I'm sure that you don't want to sit here and watch me sharpen because I can feel this. This is getting really dull. Sit here and watch me sharpen pencils. Definitely need me. For sure. Need me a electric pencil sharpener. Okay, now we're going to flick up from his foot here. Alrighty, and then we're going to go in with light pressure with the coal and color the other parts. I think we're going to kind of achieve, at least what I'm hoping I will achieve, for our gray kitty. Yes, I think we are. I think his fur is going to turn out okay. And then I think what I'll do is I will finish this off camera and then bring you back, and I will dig out. I do not have a black widow, so I probably will have to use my black Prisma, and we'll go in and kind of like bring a little bit more depth to our shadows with a black Prisma. So I'm going to finish the kitty, but I think you get a good understanding of how I'm bringing his fur together with all of our grays. And I'll bring you back here in a minute. Alrighty, now I know with the metallic here, he's a little glared with the light, but I think we pretty much achieved what I wanted to achieve. So the only thing I'm going to do, I know that's a horrible glare. That's why I didn't finish all the green in the background too. I thought it'd be so distracting. But I am going to take my black Prisma color, and I'm just going to go in like where we try to put shadow lines and just kind of darken them up just a tad with the Prisma black. And I'm going to use a flicking motion for that, just so that there is a definition definitely between, you know, like the tail and the leg. And I feel like a little bit of a flicking to kind of just bring in that. Yeah, see how like it darkened that up? Just with a little bit of flicking, and then I'm going to do very, very lightly where we have the separation of the two colors. And I did use a very light gray, the light gray on the white parts of the cat because I didn't want it stark white. I'm just going to take my black Prisma and just kind of do a flicking motion just to kind of bring in, like, it looks like there's a little bit of fur overlapping. Maybe I'll bring you down a little further for that. Let's see. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna like bring in just a little bit of flicking, kind of following the, just so it looks like there's fur, and we're darkening up those lines. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over here on this little paw, Just going to use a little bit of a flicking motion just to bring in, to make it look like we have some fur overlapping. Very lightly. Okay. And then over here, he had like a little, like, so you had that mark, we kind of lost it in the gray. Again, I can kind of see where it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to use my Prisma black here and use a flicking motion up to kind of make that line a little bit more defined. So it kind of brings in that shadow. And then down in here, I'm going to color this portion in with the black just to about here. So we get that dark shadow, because that's the one leg overlapping the other leg. And I'm just going to continue to use that flicking motion, because that's very important, I feel at least, when you do animal fur, so that you achieve fur-like quality. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for here. Okay, so I think that worked. All right, and then I'm gonna bring them down a little here. I think you guys can see, yeah. And then I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but we're gonna go in green with the fur. Instead of flicking this way, we're gonna kind of go this way, because that's in line with the way that his fur is going. So I'm bringing it further out on the white portion of his paw, because this is how his fur is going. You don't want to go against the grain, so to speak. Okay. And then right here, you have a separation between his belly and his arm. I hope the glare isn't too bad. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to kind of flick the black Crayola, oh my gosh, Prisma underneath here, so that you get that deep, deep shadow, and a little bit underneath his paw. So that you definitely get that separation of objects here. And then I'm going to give him a little bit right against his little jacket here. Okay. Alrighty, yes, I think we achieved that. And then now we have, like, see how the paw kind of goes this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do the flicking motion again with the grain of his fur. And then you should get a nice separation there of his paw from his chest. Okay, and I'm going to flick a little bit underneath here, because you have a deeper shadow. And then underneath his chin. Okay. Alrighty, and then the only other place that I feel like there should be a really deep shadow is underneath here, where his little jacket kind of meets his fur. So again, we're going to do kind of like a flicking motion just to deepen that up, so we have that deeper, a little bit of a deeper shadow. And then again underneath here, and then his fur is going this way, so we just stay in line with his fur and just use that flicking motion. And then I will hold this up, because I know the glare is horrible. It's because of where that light is. And I'm just going to bring a little bit more. I think his little tail hair can use just a little bit more. Okay, and then in this little part right here, it's very, I know this, that the shadow is horrible. I'm very sorry about that. The glare, rather. I'm going to go in here with this, kind of bring, because it's very dark right there. Okay, let me back you back out. And I'll lift him up so you kind of can see what we did. Okay, see how we darkened his paw It kind of, and then you see the shadows underneath his little jacket here, and then the flicks on his little toes. His tail separation there. Got a nice separation of his arm. Alrighty. And then I'm going to do a little bit of this flicking motion as well in with his face. Let me see if I can't pull you down. I'm trying to get that glare off. Okay. So just around his little bit of his eyes right here, like where the white meets the gray, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of flicking. Just a little bit. Same on this side. Not too much, just a little, just so we have that nice separation between the two colors of fur. And then a little bit up here. Again, staying in cohesive line, if you will. Okay, let me show you. There we go. I think we achieved that. And then I'm just going to take my pencil because it is already pretty dark. The artist already kind of like darkened all of that for you. Just going to go right underneath where his little hood is here on his little jacket and just darken that up just a tad. She was pretty good about already doing that for you. Just putting in that little bit of shadow, just to deepen it a little. Okay. Alrighty, I think we really achieved what, let me back you out again. What we wanted our little Kiki, that's what I call cats, Kikis. What we wanted him to look like, I think he looks adorable. Yes. Okay. I'm trying, I don't know how to get rid of that glare. Oh my God. The glare is terrible. Those markers they're fabulous. Look how that reflects right off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the metallic brush marker that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is that green color. And I'm going to continue to do the background here just like this. And then I picked a little bit of it's not black, it's gray gel pen. So I think gel, I'm going to try gel first because Sharpie is going to be like very detailed, very, very black. And I don't know if I want that black, but so I'm going to go in with all of this and get all of this shaded in. But I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea of like how I color animals, like furry animals, like kitties, dogs. I love to color like squirrels, chipmunks, things of that nature. I pretty much do that technique with all of them. The only animal that I think I might color a little bit differently, and I have not yet colored them, is chicks, ducks, and geese. Those are some animals that I have not colored, and I don't think I've ever colored a bunny either. So, but I think a bunny's fur would pretty much be like a kitty or a dog, you know, just like what we did here. But feathers, I think feathers are different. So that would be a challenge for me. So, but for my furry little critters, this is pretty much how I do fur. And I think it does achieve that kind of fur-like texture. So, but anyways, this video is getting quite long. So I'm going to go in with my brush pen here, finish all the background, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm going to lift him up so you can kind of see. There we go. I think we finished him. I was thinking about drawing like from here and going like this to here, like a round circle, and maybe coloring that in a little red. But I think we will lose. I don't know. I would like to put a little bit of a background in there, but I think it's enough because we got a lot of like some strong colors in there. So I think I'm going to leave it as is and call this a finished page. I think it turned out super, super cute. I am very happy with our little kitty. And I hope that gave you guys some idea or maybe some like little techniques on how to color fur. I think it turned out pretty good. He looks pretty furry to me. And I really do like the colors of the pumpkins down below. So I think that's a finished work of art, if you will. I don't know. You never know. Like when I come back for October's finished pages, you might see something in the background. I might have to think about it. I don't want to color the whole background. If I would do something like that, it would probably be like a circle, just like this. Maybe a dark red or something, but I don't know. I think you would lose. I don't know. I just don't know how that would look. And I think yellow might distract you from like the pumpkins. I don't know. I really don't know what color I'd use because you got a lot going down on the bottom. So I think the white background probably is the best. So, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for giving up a portion of your day to spend it with me. It just makes my day so much better. And I'll be talking to you very soon in another video. Until then, happy coloring, sparkles. Have a wonderful time creating art, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.